I'm going to talk about an incident that happened to us the other day. But first I want to say that I love dogs, and I understand that dogs like to run free. I also understand that there are good owners with good dogs who believe that the dog would never harm anyone in a million years. But there are other reasons for these laws. I work with a young lady with autism. She loves dogs, but she's far from comfortable with any of them approaching her. And her reaction, even though fine a decent amount of the times, her reaction will also range from when they're not on a leash to running away, to climbing me and scratching at me, or swatting at a dog, which will put her at risk of the dog possibly biting her or put the dog at risk of injury. And we don't want to see either of those things happen. In these areas where there's leash laws, most owners will have their dogs on leashes, of course. The ones that don't will usually explain to us when we ask them to put their dog on a leash that their dog is fine, it wouldn't hurt a fly, a very friendly dog. And the dogs probably are very friendly, but when they hear our side of the story about the fact that our young lady wouldn't be comfortable in this situation, most of them are really good to put their dogs on leashes, and if they see us in the future, usually put their dogs on leashes as soon as they see us coming. I see this as mutual respect, and I think this is great. The other day we were out for a walk, and we came across this woman who had a couple of dogs that were not on leashes. So we called ahead to ask her if she could put her dogs on leashes. She of course explained that her dogs were fine, they wouldn't hurt a fly. So we explained our situation, that it wasn't that we were worried about the dog's reaction, it was more that we were worried about our young lady that we were walking with. She then, instead of putting her dogs on leashes right away, told us she didn't have to because the law didn't say that she had to in that area. We pointed out to her that there was a sign 60 feet away that said that she had to have her dogs on leashes. It was law. And she still refused to put her dogs on leashes at this point. After some discussion, she very reluctantly put her dogs on leashes, but still argued with us, rather indignantly, saying that we were the ones in the wrong, and that we should be the ones to pick a different spot to take our friend for a walk, because there's no other spots to take her dogs for a walk. I was blown away by the complete and utter arrogance of this person. There are dog parks in the area, just like there's places you can take your dog for a walk, as long as you have it on a leash. We choose the areas that we do because of the leash laws. That way we get to go for a walk, and most owners are respectful, and there isn't an issue. This lady, after having passed us, had unleashed her dogs again, because they're probably fine in her mind, and I'm sure they were fine, but not in the terms of the young lady that was with us. And this woman kept arguing with us as she was walking away from us, saying that we were in the wrong, and that we should find a different spot to take our young friend for a walk, not her having to find a different location for her dogs. I'm pretty easygoing, and I tend to give people the benefit of the doubt. I'm hoping that this lady goes home and realizes how ridiculous her thinking is and changes her mind on things, and in the future treats other people with the respect that they deserve. However, if we see her again and she's still copying the same attitude, we have her license plate number, we have her make and model, and we have the color of her car, and we won't hesitate to report her. So basically I'm saying, please have your dogs on leashes in these areas. It's not always a question of how good your dog is or how good of an owner you are. If you have your dogs off their leash and they're running around and somebody requests that you put your dog on a leash, just do so and move on. It's not that big of a deal. If you have any stories to share, please leave them in the comments below, and have a nice day.